happy June 8th. Welcome to a special, exciting Miami edition of Rate Desk. I'm your host, Michael Thomas, here to talk about multifamily interest rates and other market news. Hey, before we get started, I just want to show you a view here. This is off of where I'm staying in Miami, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4 cranes actively working on construction. So, the city of Miami is moving forward on development, in case you were wondering. Good to see that. Going over to the markets today, we saw the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield, which we focus on, flat to the close of last week at about 87 basis points. The three major indices are up, and crude oil remains in the $38 barrel range, which is good to see. Going on over to the multifamily interest rates, FHA tightening up Monday, so we're about 10 basis points narrow from where we were on the close of business. So 255, 2.55 on the 35-year 223F, and we're looking at 320, 3.20 on the 40-year fixed 221 D4. Going over to the agency desk, Fannie Mae DUS, figure 290. Last week we quoted that 285 on 10-year money, but that assumes the biggest pricing waiver. So not assuming that, rates are 290, in the range of 290. And going over to the Freddie Mac desk, 320, that is 3.20. Now, what I want to speak with you about today is putting amenities into your units that have good thinking. And when I say good thinking, I mean good thinking about how do you want to live today, and what are some things and some features that you could add that make that living just a little bit more comfortable. You know, I'm talking about A-class apartment development here, highly competitive. I'm staying in a very nice large project here in Miami that is really designed to be for sale. They are able to rent some of these units out now, but they are really designed to be for sale, and they're expensive. They're on the higher end of the market. So what I noticed in some of the features was some similarities to A-class apartments and then some differences. I'll just give you one quick tiny little example. Fixtures, and I'm talking about the electrical fixtures here, okay? The sockets and and all that stuff. So I noticed in A-class apartments and even the one I'm in Parker, Colorado, has contained within the receptacle where you put the plugs, they actually have a port for USB. Now, you see these in cars nowadays, the newer vehicles have them, but to have it installed into an apartment, I thought was a very thoughtful and helpful fixture. Now, I'm in this, luxury, condo deal, and nice amenities and, certainly upgraded fixtures, but they don't have that feature. Now, is that a make or break? No, it's not. But it's interesting to note that there are things in the amenities, the little things, the tiny details that can add a measure of comfort and a measure of convenience that are just nice to have. I don't know why I like that receptacle, but I do. I like plugging in my USB port. I don't always want to go look for that block thing that you need to stick stuff into. So anyway, that's just one example of being very strategic and thoughtful about how people live. Of course, folks like nice, things, and I think that's pretty obvious when you're talking about views or windows or, nicer fixtures in the kitchen area or the bathrooms and things like that. But these little things, where are these little design things? If you're developing in core markets, in urban markets, that's going to give you just a little bit of an edge to the next developer. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition of Rate Desk. I'm your host, Michael Thomas, signing off.